Hey everybody, welcome to Reading the Bible to Cats. Henry, are you ready for the Bible? Well, we'll just pounce on it. And we're on Joshua chapter 5. It's funny how he's looking at me. Okay, Joshua chapter 5. Henry, listen. And it came to pass when all the kings of the Amorites, which were on the side of Jordan westward, and all the kings of the Canaanites, which were by the sea, heard that the Lord had dried up the waters of Jordan from before the children of Israel until we were passed over, that their heart melted, neither was there spirit in them any more because of the children of Israel. At that time the Lord said unto Joshua, Make these sharp knives, and circumcise again the children of Israel the second time. And Joshua made him sharp knives, and circumcised the children of Israel at the hill of the foreskins. And this is the cause why Joshua did circumcise all the people that came out of Egypt that were males, even all the men of war, died in the wilderness by the way, after they came out of Egypt. Now all the people that came out were circumcised, but all the people that were born in the wilderness by the way as they came forth out of Egypt, them they had not circumcised. For the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness, till all the people that were men of war, which came out of Egypt, were consumed, because they obeyed not the voice of the Lord, unto whom the Lord sware that he would not show them the land which the Lord swore unto their fathers that he would give us, a land that flows with milk and honey. And their children, whom he raised up in their stead, them Joshua circumcised, for they were uncircumcised, because they had not circumcised them by the way. And it came to pass, when they had done circumcising all the people, that they abode in their places in the camp till they were whole. And the Lord said unto Joshua, This day have I rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you. Wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgal unto this day. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal, and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month at even in the plains of Jericho. And they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in the selfsame day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us, or for our adversaries? And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. Okay, everyone, that's the end of Joshua chapter 5. And I was reading from the King James Version, so that's why the language sounded a little archaic. Trying to get a little bit more focus on Henry. Yeah, isn't that interesting? The very last part of this, the captain of the host of the Lord It's interesting to me because if this being, if he were an angel, he would have said, don't worship me. But Joshua fell, but verse 14, part B says, and Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship and said unto him, what saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place wherein thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. I mean, I wonder if this being is like the pre-incarnate Christ, because it kind of seems like he's receiving worship. In the New Testament, when, well, for instance, in Revelation, when John, when the angel kind of shows John heaven and these visions that he has, John tries to worship the angel, but the angel says, no, do not worship me, or the being, says, no, don't worship me. But it seems like Joshua's worshiping at the, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just speculating. It's intriguing. I have no idea. I mean, I guess it could be an angel and it's just holy ground. And, it could be that Joshua's just worshiping the Lord, Yahweh. But intriguing. I wonder who let's see what another translation says. Let's see. In terms of that part of that message. Let's see. We'll look at the New American Standard Bible. Yeah, because verse 13, now it came about when Joshua was by Jericho, he raised his eyes and looked, and behold, a man was standing opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or for our enemies? He said, no, rather I have come now as captain of the army of the Lord. And Joshua fell on his face to the ground and bowed down and said to him, what has my Lord to say to his servant? And the captain of the Lord's army said to Joshua, remove your sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy. And Joshua did so. So here it says that he bowed down. Now let's look at the Amplified. The Amplified always has so much Amplified. Okay, let's look at the Amplified, at that passage. Okay, verse 13. Now when Joshua was by Jericho, he looked up, and behold, a man was standing opposite him with his drawn sword in his hand. And Joshua went to him and said to him, are you for us or for our adversaries? He said, no, rather I have come now as captain of the army of the Lord. Then Joshua fell. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm reading the same translation. Hold on a sec. Yeah. I think, let me see if that's different. No, I guess that is the right. Okay, so verse 14, he said, no, rather I have come now as captain of the army of the Lord. Then Joshua fell with his face toward the earth and bowed down and said to him, what does my Lord have to say to his servant? The captain of the Lord's army said to Joshua, remove your sandals from your feet, because the place where you are standing is holy, set apart to the Lord. And Joshua did so. Okay. Well, this is mysterious. Okay, here's a note from this Amplified translation, a Bible note. It says, whether the divine messenger was an angel or the pre-incarnate Christ is not clear from the Hebrew text. However, the message of godly assistance and pending victory was made clear to Joshua by the encounter. I kind of feel like it is Messiah, that it is the pre-incarnate Christ. I kind of feel that, but I could be wrong. No, I want to see Joshua 5, captain of the Lord's army. I'm going to see if there's any like commentary on it. Well, I guess I could read a little bit of this. I don't know. This is, I haven't vetted this website, so I don't know what I'm clicking on, but it's called Evidence Unseen. Joshua 5:13-15. Who is the captain of the Lord's host? Okay, so claim we should not worship angels. Colossians 2:18, Revelation 19:10, Revelation 22:8-9, or men. Acts 10:26, Matthew 4:10. However, Joshua falls down and worships the captain of the Lord's host. Who or what was he? Response: the captain of the Lord's host uses the same language that Yahweh uses in Exodus 3:5. Quote, remove your sandals from your feet, for the place where you are standing is holy, unquote. Joshua 5:15. Throughout the Old Testament, God appears in the form of a man. Genesis 12:7, Genesis 17:1, Genesis 18:1, or an angel. Genesis 16:7-13, Genesis 48:15-16, Exodus 3:2-6. In one instance, the angel of the Lord is said to forgive sins, Exodus 23, verse 21. And yet we know that only God can forgive sins, Mark 2:7. Therefore, the angel of the Lord must be a manifestation of Yahweh himself. Some theologians speculate that this is a pre-incarnate Jesus Christ. Of course, this does not mean that God is an angel any more than God is a man, just because he came in the form of one, Philippians 2:7. Well, I don't know. That's kind of, that last part of this is a little confusing because Jesus is a man and he is God. He's both. So I don't know what this website is. See if there's anything else. Angelic warrior. Joshua asked him if he was a friend or foe, and the man responds, wrong question. This shows that God was in charge, not Joshua. This quote-unquote man doesn't reappear throughout the rest of the book. Many commentators believe that this is the, quote, angel of the Lord, unquote. After all, he is the commander of the Lord's host, which was an angelic host. Joshua's use of the word Lord doesn't imply that this person was necessarily God, because human persons were called Lord, but the use of the term is certainly consistent with him being God, because this title is used of God as well. 5:15. This scene really confirms that this figure is God. The language is identical to Moses meeting Yahweh in the burning bush, Exodus 3:1-6. Some hold that this is some form of God in human form, writing that there can be no doubt who this is. Well, I don't know who this person was that I just read, but let me see what it is. I don't know what, I didn't vet this this website, so I'm not sure what I was, you know. But anyway, yeah, just, you know, what people think about that passage. It is intriguing. It's mysterious. But if you have any ideas or whatever you think, feel free to put that down in the comments. You know, is the captain of the Lord's host, do you think it was an angel, or do you think it's a pre-incarnate Christ? Pre-incarnate Messiah, or some type of theophany, where Yahweh is revealing himself, or just like an archangel. Interesting. Okay, well, let's say a prayer. Lord, thank you for your word, and we thank you that oops, sorry, somebody's calling, but I can't get the phone right now. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, Henry. I know. It's such an interruption. Oops, they're still calling. Okay. Well, we'll keep praying. Henry, just ignore it, okay? I'll get it later. All right. Lord, well, it's kind of distracting. Okay. Lord, thank you for your word. And we do know that we do have the support of angels, and that they are ministering spirits. They minister to us in some way. And we also know that, you're with us. You are with us. And Messiah delivers us. I pray for everybody watching or listening that they would feel your strength, even if they feel weak. We know that your joy is our strength. So I pray, Lord, for people who may be facing their own Jericho and situations in their lives in which the walls kind of need to crumble or fall down, and the enemies need to be vanquished, whatever or whomever those enemies are, Lord. We pray that you would send the captain of the Lord's host before them to win the victory, win the battle. We know that the battle is already won, and that was won by Jesus. But I ask, Lord, for people who are in the midst of, some struggle, that you would encourage their hearts. And of course, Lord, I just pray for the peace of Jerusalem and for the peace of Israel and for the hostages. It's what's today? Wednesday, and I haven't watched the news at all, so I don't even know what's going on, but I pray that they would be freed, Lord, all of them, and that they would feel your presence. Pray these things in Jesus' name. All right, everybody. Bye. Henry, can you wake up? No, he's not going to wake up. Okay. Bye.